callers from all around. Some sound crazy and some profound. All week long I'm on the air, laying it down with casino flair. You never really know what you're gonna get from a cocaine bear or a giant cheesehead. So if you're in Dayton or far away, the Evening Edge, a tasty entree. And that's my rap and I'm keeping it tight. My name is Todd and I'm dropping the mic. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Tonight on the show, it is Wing It Wednesday. And we've got a couple of guests coming in just after 6:30 from the Salvation Army. They've got a big back-to-school celebration that's going to be happening next Saturday. And I'm going to be there, broadcasting live. So we're going to talk about that. We've also got some food news. I had a bunch of people send me a story last night, early this morning, about a new flavor of ice cream that is going to be making a debut that you'll be able to buy online. And we'll get your take on that. Also, we've got current events quiz. We have tickets to give away to see America. They're going to be at the Rose Music Center on Friday night. So we'll be doing that with a current events quiz and so much more here on the Evening Edge. First thing I wanted to get to, and you heard Ron and Parker talk about this in the newscast, and this has been a big deal over the last couple of weeks, the dynamite blasting up there in Tipp City. They're putting in a new development. I'm sure you've heard about this, but just in case you haven't, they're putting in a new development, and there's some shallow rock that needs to be removed in order for them, I guess, to build the foundations and all the sewer work and the whole deal. Well, they decided that they were going to use dynamite, and they put out the warning a week or so ago, say, hey, this is coming up. Just be prepared for explosions over the next 6 to 8 weeks. Now, me being safety conscious and knowing that we have a ton of listeners up there in Miami County and specifically Tipp City, I decided to try to help in this situation and give away one of the brand new, not one of the brand new, but one of the Evening Edge Handsome Hard Hats. It would be brand new to you. It's my own personal helmet, my own personal hard hat that I've had at my house. And you can do that on my Facebook page, because I'm thinking that if you're up there in Tipp City and you're out with the dog, or you're out for a walk, or you're running or riding your bike or doing lawn work, whatever it might be, you need to be prepared, because you hear an explosion, stuff could be flying through the air. Well, now we have this update that I guess the city has issued a stop work order. And it was delivered this morning. But they had already brought the dynamite into this development area. I think they're calling it the Windmere neighborhood. And it was already there. So the state fire marshal said, yeah, go ahead and blow it up. But now the question then comes, what's next? What's going to happen? Because if there's a work order, and I don't know how many people were complaining about this. Like, are we talking dozens and dozens of people complaining about the explosions over the next couple of months, and that's why they put a stop order to this? Or was it just a handful of people? I asked because over the weekend when we had our Evening Edge Ice Cream Social up there at the Airline Dairy Cream in Vandalia, there was a group of folks, a family that had driven to Vandalia for this very event from Tipp City. And I asked them, oh my gosh, you guys must be, you must be preparing for all the explosions. And I got crickets. I had no idea what I was talking about. So I'm not sure that everybody up there is on the same page. But so my question is, and I know nothing about excavation, what other alternatives are there? if there is a lot of rocky ground that's shallow that needs to be removed, what do? If you're not blowing it up, I guess you could use heavy equipment. But one of the problems that people were complaining about was not just the explosions, but all the dust, all the rock dust and everything in the air. And so my thinking is that maybe if you put up with a little bit of pain in the short term in the form of explosions, maybe you'll get through it quicker than if they have to bring in a bunch of heavy equipment to remove all of that shallow rock base. And that could take a lot longer, and that just means even more dust for a longer period of time. I mean, again, I know nothing about excavation, but in my head, common sense tells me that dynamite is going to get the job done quicker. But I could be wrong. So maybe you've got some thoughts on that, or maybe you live there. Maybe you're up in Tipp City, and this is a real concern. And maybe there are some concerns about this that I'm not articulating. I mean, I don't live there. I certainly know what's going on there. I've been there. But I don't know how interruptive this is to your daily life. I mean, is it close to a school? Schools are going to be starting up here shortly. I guess I can understand parents being concerned that their kids could be sitting in the classroom studying and then, that's not good. But I'm not sure the geography of the situation. So maybe someone can enlighten us. 937-457-1290. The other thing I wanted to bring up, we talked about this yesterday. If you missed the show or maybe you didn't hear about it, again, another story we've been talking about all day here on WHIO. The police in Dayton are 100% certain that the playground there at Baumberger Park, what is that? The corner of Kiwi and 3rd or 5th Street? I think that's right. It was arson. Somebody on Sunday morning around 4 o'clock in the morning set a fire, and it destroyed half of the playground. And we just heard that report from Ron Otto, where I think Letitia Perry from News Center 7 said all that was left was 3 swings, 1 slide, and a dinosaur. Well, thank God they spared the dinosaur. But the rest of it totally destroyed. It's now been completely removed. And all that's left is charred mulch. So the folks there at the St. Anne's Hill Historic District have started a fundraiser. And I normally don't promote fundraisers on the show like this, but this is a different situation. And they're looking to raise $40,000 to rebuild that particular park, because a lot of kids in that neighborhood, and I believe there's, and I can't remember if that's the Baumberger Center, maybe like a community center. There's that building right there, and I don't remember what it is, but you've got kids that are there all the time. Many times when I drive home, I drive right by it, and it's full of kids and parents, out there having fun. And this weekend, they've got the German Fest picnic, which is going to be right in that area. And then next weekend, it's Dayton Porch Fest. And again, this is a time when a lot of families are going to be down there utilizing that park. Now, obviously, it's not going to get fixed by then, but they're looking to fix it, and they're looking to raise about $40,000. Last I looked, they were close to, I think, 14,000. And that's just in a day or two. So if you'd like to help out, you can find the link on my Facebook page. Just look for the story. And lastly, we got a call from somebody in Tipp. I want to get to her real quick. Tomorrow at the Wright State University Nutter Center between 10 a.m. and noon, the Food Bank Inc. is going to be holding a drive-through. So if you or someone you know are in need of food, let them know about this. It's 10 to noon. offering free produce, proteins, grains, and other food items for Greene County residents in need. I don't know if it's restricted to Greene County folks. I saw one story where they said people in the Greene County area. So maybe it is. But either way, there's going to be folks in need. Also, SIXA is going to be there distributing pet food. That's between 10 a.m. and noon. You can find details on it on my Facebook page. All right, real quickly, let me talk to Carla and Tipp. Hey, Carla, how you doing?
I am good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
can. My hearing aids.
Oh, can you hear me over the explosions?
Well, let me just give you a couple pieces of information.
Yeah.
The people, I live in Woodlawn. So
Okay.
I am adjacent to this, what used to be beautiful field that they're now putting 80 homes into.
Okay.
And we're not objecting to the building of the homes. What we're objecting to is the lack of communications with the residents that this was going to occur. Basically, if we didn't happen to hear the news or if we didn't happen to see something on social media, the city didn't communicate with the residents that this was going to happen.
Okay.
And we had questions. We're like, wait a minute, where do we go to ask these questions? And,
gotcha.
Can it damage people's foundation? Can it damage the drainage? Can it damage repairs people just had in, or even the people who are already living in those brand new homes? Can all this blasting damage those brand new homes that probably haven't even finished, selling?
Right. Yeah.
So
I got you.
It's the question more about the communication or lack thereof, and saying, you have our addresses,
right.
You have our phone numbers. You could have sent something out to everybody in advance, because they're saying this could be every single day for the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
and one of the reports on WHIO is that we're supposed to wear masks for the next 6 to 8 weeks, stay inside and protect our pets. And we're like, what?
Yeah, well, Carla, I got to run here, but don't forget, you can register to win one of the Evening Edge Handsome Hard Hats on my Facebook page. So that will protect you. I can't do anything about your doggy, but you can at least register to win one of the hard hats. You live right close to there, and that would be probably very helpful to you.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-double-D-H.
Oh, double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know. I don't think there's a volcano in Ohio. I hope not. Though, we are sort of living in an upside down dimension right now. So it's possible. It's possible. That's an excellent question, Dennis.
That's some weird news of the world.
That's an excellent point.
Latest in the Jeffrey Epstein saga. We'll have that for you at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We were just talking about the blasting up in Tipp City, and Dennis on the live stream made a very astute point. You know that big earthquake we had in Russia a week or so ago? 8.8 on the Richter scale. If you didn't know, that has triggered at least 7 volcanoes on the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia that had been dormant. And they're saying that this is because of the earthquake. I studied geology in college. I would not consider myself a geologist, but Dennis and everyone wondering, there are no volcanoes in Ohio. You don't have to worry about explosions triggering a volcano. But I will say this, it is 2025, and every day we're hit with weird news, aren't we? So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Leslie. Volcano in Ohio? Check. 100%. So I've got a crazy intern story coming up. I wish Will, my intern, was here tonight to get his take on this, but it's quite amusing. I remember a year or so ago, I fell off the couch and I think it moved the axis of the earth. Like a 0.5%. Very, very small, tiny amount. Tiny, tiny, tiny amount. Like that tiny. Like that tiny. Actually, Caroline, I live right on the border of Montgomery County and Greene County. And after I took that spill on my bike, they had to send out a survey team just to make sure that the line was still the way it was prior. It moved Greene County a little bit to the left.
We'll stop what we're doing and break in.
Because you need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. This Friday night, the band America will be playing at the Rose Music Center. in Huber Heights. And I have a current events quiz that one lucky edgehead can take and win tickets. If you'd like to go, be the fifth caller at 937-457-1290. And you can take the quiz and maybe win those tickets. So give Parker, my producer tonight, a call. And he'll get you all fixed up. Started this feature probably a week or two ago, and there's never it's an endless litany of stories. The weirdest news you'll hear
Some
today.
weird news of the world.
That is bizarre.
Weirdest thing I've heard today.
Crap's going on.
Get this stuff.
I found a sensational story, like weird news. I thought I heard it all till now.
You know, I've been working in radio and broadcasting for a very long time, and I have worked with many, many interns over my career. And every intern that comes in, you know, some are functional, some are quasi-functional, and some really need some help. But they're young and they're learning, right? They're young and they're learning. I've had interns that don't show up on time. I've had interns who they just excel. For example, Will, my intern, he's not here tonight, but he is a shining example of how an intern should conduct themselves when they're trying to learn the ropes, right? He does a great job. I've never had an issue, though, with interns biting. So this story is out there. It's on social media right now. There's a law firm in New York City, a very prestigious law firm called Sidley. Is that right? Sidley Austin is the name of this particular law firm. And the story has hit the social media world that there was an intern there that started back in July. And on the first day of their internship, they bit somebody. There was some sort of incident where the intern bit another coworker. Now, I don't know if it was a coworker or another intern or who it was, but they bit somebody. But they didn't immediately fire this person. And it doesn't give a name, obviously, of the intern, but it does say that the intern was or is a female. But they didn't fire her right away. And here's why. They said that she seemed, according to coworkers, very personable, and that her bites were not made in a, quote, aggressive manner. So they didn't fire her. Now, you may have heard right there when I said her bites. Yeah, because she went on to bite at least 4 more people at this law firm in New York City. I guess over the next week or so, there are reports that she has bitten up to 10 people, but apparently some of the stories have been, embellished online. At least that's what folks working at this particular law firm say. But they do say that she had bitten 5 people. Finally, they fired her. The people that she bit include a couple of interns, associate lawyers, and even an HR rep, who I'm assuming is the person who probably confronted her about her biting. Images have shown up on X from one employee that shows a mouth-sized bruise on a bicep. And reportedly, the girl's office coworker, who shares the office, started wearing long sleeves because she had already been bitten. I would think the first bite, you're done. There's no second chances. How do you come back from that? I mean, even if you have a crappy attitude, maybe on your first day, they'll let you slide. But a bite? Parker, have you ever encountered interns that are biters? I'm guessing no.
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah. What's the craziest thing you think you've ever seen an intern pull off or try? Anything? Anything pop to mind?
Nothing strange comes to mind. We've had some pretty good interns around here.
Yeah. I mean, we have, but I can't. How do you explain that? Because usually at that level, you're getting credit in college, right? You're getting college credit for being an intern.
Oh yeah.
So what do you tell your professor when you go back and say, "Well, I got fired"? Why? Biting. I bet a half a dozen people.
I wonder what kind of characters we'll get when our next group of interns comes through here.
Yeah.
Maybe some biters. Who knows?
I'm going to start wearing long sleeves, maybe a leather jacket. Holy cow. Hockey mask. This could be a thing. This could be a trend. All right. We got Roger in Brookville. Hey, Roger, how you doing?
Fine.
You want to take the current events quiz?
Yes.
All right. Let's get it going here.
Oh, my God. Listen, everybody.
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics. All right, thank you very much, Norm Kelly. Now, Roger, this is something new tonight here on the evening or the current events quiz. I have not one but two quizzes, and I'm going to give you a choice. Would you rather answer questions about animals causing chaos or Ohio women committing crimes?
Oh boy. Animals causing chaos.
All right.
There is a wild side to every animal.
Here's something you like when animals attack magicians. Animals took revenge.
Animals attack craziest animal attack story.
You're about to find out when animals attack.
All right. For Roger, you're playing for tickets to see America this Friday night at the Rose Music Center. Now, do you know how to play the current events quiz?
No.
Okay. It's very simple. We make it easy for the Edgeheads because, Roger, we want winners, not losers on this show. I'm going to give you three questions, three possible answers, A, B, or C. Roger, the answer is always C.
Got it.
Got it? Okay. Here's question number one. Animal control officers in North Yorkshire, England, say that they recently removed what from an area home there? A, an otter in heat. B, two drunk beavers who snuck into a wine cellar. Or C, a 22-inch long rat.
I think it's C.
You got it. From nose to tail, that rat measured 22 inches. That might be the world's largest rat, next to that Mickey character. All right, here's question number two. Firefighters in British Columbia say a small forest fire was ignited when A, a bear got a hold of a Bic lighter. B, a squirrel dropped a cigarette. Or C, a bird dropped a fish on a power line causing sparks.
We'll go with C.
You got it. It was one of those osprey birds, and it had a fish, and it was flying, and about 2 miles away from the lake, firefighters found the dead fish, and that's where the fire had started. So they figured the bird dropped the fish, hit the power line, caused a surge, sparks go flying, and up in flames. All right, here's question number three for the big win. Campers at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming are being warned about a wily fox that has been reportedly raiding campsites and stealing A, food from coolers, B, toilet paper from backpacks, or C, camper shoes.
C, camper shoes.
You got it. And this little wily coyote has snagged about 32 shoes already. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Well, congratulations, Roger. You are the winner. Hang on the line and we'll get your details and we'll get those tickets to you. Okay?
All righty.
All right. There you go. And that's how you play the current events quiz 937-457-1290 is her number. I saw this story today, and this is nuts. You've all heard of the Autobahn, right? This is the big highway in Germany, where for the most part of the Autobahn, there is no speed limit. There's no speed limit. Some areas have a speed limit of like 75 miles per hour. Okay. On let's see, July 28th near Berg, Germany, they stopped a motorist. This was just west of Berlin, going 199 miles per hour. That is insane. And it was in a car. The sad thing is, though, in the story, it doesn't say what kind of car. I'd love to know what kind of car this was. But this guy, who they've not identified, was caught on the A2 highway near Berg, and he was fined $1,043, stripped of 2 points from his driver's license, and banned from driving for 3 months. But even though he got, busted, he now holds the record for the highest speed recorded on a radar gun there on the Autobahn, 199 miles per hour. So, yeah, I've never been to Germany, and if I went, that would be an interesting experience, I think. But I would love to know what kind of car it was. Maybe a Porsche, Lambo, Ferrari, who knows?
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk. T-double-D-H.
You're right, Leslie. He's probably bummed he didn't hit
Locally
200
grown,
miles per hour.
seriously
That
funny.
would have been.
Puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Well, it was radar. They caught him on radar, so I'm guessing that was like a speed camera. So they probably had his license. Like his license plate number. I would imagine that's the way it was. Hey, I have a question. This is a technical thing. I know you can hear me now. I'm gonna click a button on my screen, and I would like you to tell me if you can still hear me talking. Okay, you couldn't hear me. Okay. All right. Just checking.
We have young ears present.
No, not trying to cut you out. There was an update to the software that we use for the live stream, and I now see mic levels bouncing on the screen, just a really small box that I had never seen before. And I didn't know if my mic or what you were hearing was coming through my microphone here or the microphone that's on the webcam. So I thought I was turning off the webcam, but I guess when I click that, it shuts me off entirely. So now I know, no biggie. Just wanted to check. Nick, did it hurt? Oh, well, it bruised. Oh, I got to mention that. I'm not going to mention the restaurant, but holy cow. Wow. How long was she employed? Did they fire her right away after the first bite?
McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
A crash involving two semis and no injuries reported. We'll have the latest at 6 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So a few minutes ago, we had a story about an intern at a New York City law firm. The story is she was fired after a week or two because she was continually biting people. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. That's crazy. But listen to this. Nick on the live stream, and I'm not going to mention the local restaurant, but it's very well known, says that when he worked there was a coworker who was doing the same thing, to the point where it was leaving marks and leaving bruises. He says that she would, what's he say? She bruised my upper arm and bicep many times a few years back. She would get a good buzz going after work at the bar or at a bar we were hanging out, playing music. And for some reason, she would just bite me on the arm. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at your, being attacked like that, but wow, that is an odd thing for an adult. I don't get it. And I understand little kids doing it. I mean, my kid was bitten at a daycare and he did some biting himself. But they're little kids. They're angry. They get frustrated. They can't use their words or don't use their words. And that's what they do. That's how they lash out. But an adult, even an intern, I'm like, okay, well, they're still kind of a kid.
What if I just came in here and bit Ron one day?
I'd like to see that. I would see that 100%.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Little buffalo sauce.
I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
We have any biters here? Doo-doo. She's a nibbler. She's a nibbler. Always nibbling when she should be working. She's a nibbler. Put that on your dating profile. Nibbler. I'm a nibbler. Nibble, 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 nibble. Nibble, 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 nibble. Nibble, 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 nibble. Yeah, she needs a pacifier. Oh, really? Nibbler's the pet on Fridge Room? Huh? I didn't know that. You know, there's a song by the band Green Day on their American Idiot album called She's a Rebel. It's like a punk song. She's a rebel. Dun-dun-dun. I could turn that into she's a biter. That's a good idea.
When it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Just want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown?
First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio.
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
There's 3 rules that I live by. Never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who's got the same first name as a city. And never go near a lady who's got a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now, you stick with that. Everything else is cream cheese.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up after 6:30, it is Wing It Wednesday, and we're going to have some great folks from the Salvation Army here to talk about their big back-to-school bash, which is going to be happening on Saturday, August 16th, and I'll be broadcasting live. We'll have details on that. And so many other great things that the Salvation Army does for folks in our community. Also, I've got some food news. A number of people sent me a article about a new ice cream flavor that is going to be debuted here in the next day or two, and you might be interested. You might be interested. But first, we've got a idiot of the week to get to.
You are a stupid idiot!
Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Idiot! Wake up, idiot!
Silly dilly dilly, yo. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's true.
And this idiot was breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
It was actually a duo of idiots, not just one person. The mother of a valedictorian and the student's tutor were recently arrested after trying to break into the girls' school in order to steal exam papers to ensure that she aced the tests. Wow. I will say this happened in Andong, South Korea. Didn't happen here. But police say around 2 a.m. one morning last month, the school's alarm went off and security camera footage showed two women who gained access to the building because the tutor was a former teacher and still had the passcode. But for some reason, the alarm still went off, but they got in the building. The footage shows them trying to access an office where printed copies of school exams are stored. The mom and tutor were arrested the following day after the video was reviewed by authorities. An investigation found that one of them was the 48-year-old mom of the valedictorian, and the other was a 31-year-old former teacher who had been tutoring the girl. Police say the former teacher had been providing the girl's mom with test papers for at least 2 years. Wow. Bank records show that she received thousands from the woman during the exam periods from since 2023. Police also discovered that the teacher had bribed school facilities school's facilities manager, as police found that they not only allowed her into the building but also tampered with the security cameras as well to delete evidence. That is dedication to make sure your kid is valedictorian. Holy cow, or your student. As for the student who allegedly benefited from their crimes, she was at the top of her class, but has since been expelled from the school, and all her test results have been invalidated. You know, I've heard of parents going to extremes to make sure that their kids are successful in school, but I've never heard of a parent, or even a tutor for that matter, breaking and entering and trying to steal test exams. That's crazy. 937-457-1290. All right, I've got to issue a warning here. We started this a week or so ago.
Warning. We have young ears present.
That's very adult, Todd.
How salacious.
Here it comes.
This is your last warning.
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Well, this story, I saw it happen a week or so ago, and I didn't say anything. And then it happened a second time, and I didn't say anything. And then last night it happened again at a WNBA game. And if you pay attention at all to the WNBA, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter last night, a sex toy was thrown from the crowd onto the court in the free throw lane, where Fever forward Sophie Cunningham of the Indiana Fever was standing. Apparently, it either hit her on the foot or it hit close to her foot. In that moment, another player took it upon herself to get rid of the said sex toy by kicking it back into the stands. Now, here's the problem with this. This has happened now 3 times. This has become a tradition. I mean, a problem with the NBA or the WNBA. The first one, I guess, happened last week. 23-year-old man was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. public indecency, indecent exposure, and criminal trespass. The NBA or WNBA has issued warnings against any fan throwing objects onto the court, including sex toys, because honestly, that's a good way to sprain an ankle. You're running down the court, and all of a sudden you step on a sex toy. There's a good chance your ankle is going to get turned or you're going to blow out a knee. And I guess each time they've been neon green in color. It seems like a waste of a good sex toy, if you're asking me. But it continues to happen. I'm sure there's going to be more. Because how do you search for that when people are coming into the stadium or the arena? You can hide that in many different places. They may look in your bag. If you're a woman, they might look in your purse. You know, if you go through a metal detector, that's not going to get picked up. I mean, this is crazy. Why people keep doing this, I don't know. But, you know, I tried to hold out about talking about it, but now it's third time's a charm. We got some food news.
Well, what's your favorite?
I mean, it's an ankle breaker, right?
This is a lot of food.
100%.
This is so scrumptious.
Running down the court, minding your own business, and then you step on that thing and down to the ground. Be painful. I had a number of people send me this story last night and this morning. There is a food company called Frida, and they've teamed up with a ice cream company called Oddfellows. And they are going to be introducing a brand new ice cream flavor that will be available for a limited time. Are you ready? You ready? Breast milk ice cream. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not actual breast milk. It's breast milk flavored ice cream. Just like Mom used to make. That's their slogan. That's not me. That's what they say. It's going to be shipping nationwide on their website August 10th. I guess this was a flavor that they made last year, and it went viral this past spring. That's kind of disgusting. Why would anybody want to taste that? Now, this story is kind of connected. There's a Louisiana mom who has started making some money selling her extra breast milk on Facebook Marketplace to bodybuilders. This mom, who's 23, says that after she had her second child, she had a decent supply of milk and started donating the oversupply to a hospital agency for new babies of mothers who can't produce breast milk. And that works. That works. Okay? It just works. But she was only receiving $1 per ounce. And she thought, wait a second, I feel like there's some meat on this bone, so to speak. She could make a little extra money. So she started advertising her oversupply on Facebook. And she was contacted by a bodybuilder who said that the breast milk helps him build muscle. So now, instead of just getting $1 an ounce, she's charging anywhere between $3 and $5 per ounce. Last month, she pocketed $3,500. Now, at some point, the well's going to run dry because you can't keep doing that forever and ever and ever. But she says while she's lactating, she's going to cash in. That's a lot of money. $3,500. Though what I saw, science says there's no evidence that it will support muscle build, but hey, it's his money. He can spend it on whatever he wants.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
All right, my guests are here. I will be back. One more segment, and then we'll come back, and then we'll.
Distribution is set for Wright State Thursday. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So this weekend, history is going to be made in Major League Baseball. And Parker, I'm sure that you've seen this story. The first woman to umpire the Major League level in an actual Major League game.
I did see this story.
Jen Powell. Yeah, so she's going to be, I guess she's been called up to umpire a game between the Marlins and the Braves. And it's going to be, let's see, there's a doubleheader on Saturday at Truist Park. And she's going to be working the bases in one game. And then on Sunday, I guess she's going to be working the plate.
Oh, man.
Wow.
No pressure.
Baptism by fire.
Right.
Let's see. She's 48. She's from New Jersey. She's worked spring training games in the past, last year and this year. This comes 28 years after the gender barrier for game officials was broken in the NBA, 10 years after it ended in the NFL, and 3 years after the Men's Soccer World Cup employed a female referee. I guess now the only other professional league that hasn't had any women is the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She umpired for college softball from 2010 to 2016. And then she decided to attend a Major League umpire tryout camp in 2015, and she got invited to the Umpire Training Academy at Vero Beach and was offered a job in the Gulf Coast League in 2016. That's pretty cool.
It is.
It's pretty cool. It took them long enough.
I love it. I'd love to see this before they get rid of umpires. It's great.
You think that'll happen?
Eventually I do.
Completely get rid of umpires?
Not completely, but on the field, yeah. At least behind home plate.
See, I think behind home plate, there's a very good chance that could happen.
Yeah.
Right. But you're gonna have to have somebody out there breaking up fights.
Right.
You can't just let them. It'd be a free for all. It'll be like when you'd play in the backyard when you were growing up, and you'd fight with each other over stupid calls.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I do eventually think that the home plate umpire is going to be some sort of robot or something.
Some sort of robot.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great. Speaking of baseball, did you watch any of those games or that game, the rained out game down at the Atlanta Motor Speedway?
No, I was busy on Saturday, but from what I've seen and the research I've done, it was quite the train wreck.
It was, from what I could tell, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And there were people that were sitting, I don't know, like 500 yards away. It seemed like from the field. It was crazy because that I've been to that track and it is huge.
Yeah.
And there were people that were sitting, I don't know.
They ran out of hot dog buns too.
They ran out of hot dog buns?
Yeah, there were
that.
photos online of people just eating just hot dogs with no bun in a basket.
That's appetizing.
Yeah, right.
And a rainy day.
Yeah.
A rainy, hot day. I wonder if they'll do that again. Didn't have the same effect as like when the NHL plays outside, right?
No, because those arenas are similar in size.
Yeah.
And NASCAR tracks are huge compared to baseball stadiums.
Yeah, crazy. Well, anyway, this weekend, the first woman will be umpiring a Major League Baseball game. That's pretty cool.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-O-double-D.
H-double-L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
All right, we have our guests here. Everybody be nice. They're nice. They're great. You ever watch the live stream?
I have not watched the live stream.
Okay, yeah.
Guilty as charged.
You usually, like right now, we've got about 24 people watching. Wherever
really?
I've got listeners, or viewers, I guess even, all over the country.
That's awesome.
I've got people watching. I know for a fact, like Florida, I think South Dakota or North Dakota. Got people out in Arizona, New Mexico.
So what do you attribute the reach of your show?
Well, a couple of years ago, there was another show on WHIO. It was a midday show, but it was done out of Jacksonville. And that show was on a bunch of other stations, Cox Media Group stations, but throughout the country. And that person, his name was Marquet, he really did a great job of promoting the show online.
Nice.
So he found a lot of people that started listening to him online. Well, when he went on vacation, I think it was maybe 2 times, maybe 3, I can't remember. I filled in. So I filled in from here, and I was on all those stations, and I was doing my show.
Yeah.
And that's how they found me. So people found me that way. And then after I did that for a year, I was syndicated on Sunday nights. So I was in Tulsa, Jacksonville, Atlanta.
Very nice.
And Dayton. So people found the show that way. But it's interesting now because, obviously when I started in radio, there was no such thing as podcasting.
Yeah.
Now people will find your show a million different ways. Whereas before it was like, if you didn't live in the market, you might not have any idea.
Yeah. It is quite remarkable how much it's changed.
Yeah.
Over a relatively short period of time.
Oh yeah.
How'd you connect with Marquet? I heard. I mean, I listened to him.
How did I get?
Yeah, and I heard you.
Well, he worked for Cox Media Group.
Okay.
He was at the Cox station in Jacksonville, so they put him on all the Cox talk stations. I don't know that he was. Yeah, he was on WSB in Atlanta, but I think his show was on overnight. Like they just play the recording back. But yeah, so we had the same bosses in Atlanta. So when it was time for him to take a break or vacation, we're like, well, what do we want to put on? And I guess he had tried putting on, because he was a conservative host, and he would put on other conservative, politically leaning hosts.
Yeah.
But the guest hosts were either too conservative or not conservative enough for the people that were listening. So finally they just said, well, let's just not even do something different. Put something else on. Here's this crackpot in Dayton. And, yeah, but that was huge. That was a big opportunity.
That's awesome.
And for that, the first time I did it, and I can't remember, I don't know that I was on all 5 days. I might have just been on 3 days because it was like at Christmas time, and it might have been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Christmas was Thursday, and then Friday, But I did both shows. So I did 3 hours of his show, and then I turned around and did 2 hours of my show a couple of hours later.
Really cool.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Yeah. Especially when you're not used to that.
You ever find a point where you just kind of run out of stuff to talk about?
It's not so much that I run out of stuff to talk about, like material. I just run out of motivation.
Gotcha.
It's like some nights I'm just like, because I do other things here too. I'm promotions manager for all the stations. I DJ on one of the other stations. It's like, some days I'm just like, enough. I've run out of words.
Because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't
hesitate to call.
You call me? You better call me. Damn it, get me a phone. Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you.
You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Call me at 457-1290.
Turn this on a little bit.
On
I
WHIO.
went like this.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
Go in there, you're gonna have to.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just gonna wing it.
You know, I think I'm just gonna wing it.
Wing it.
Back here. What is? Oh,
Okay, we got it fixed. I forgot to mute their webcam. All right, sorry about that, folks. We'll fix that in post. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And yes, it is Wing It Wednesday. I always forget when I have guests in, I have to mute the microphone on that little webcam. Otherwise, we get all kinds of feedback. So sorry about that, everybody. We've got tonight here on the show Major Paul Cornell from the Salvation Army and apparently the Taskmaster, Tim Erlinson. Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes,
Erlinson. Yeah. So they're here. I've been doing stuff with the Salvation Army all year, and I've really been enjoying it. I've mentioned this many times when I've talked about the Salvation Army. I have sort of a connection to it because when my mom was little and her family were needy, the Salvation Army came in and helped with Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving and that kind of thing. So she's always given money to the Salvation Army. And when I saw this opportunity to work with you guys, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And I've had a lot of people ask me on the live stream tonight because they know you've been on before. And they wanted to make sure that this time you brought chicken wings.
We did.
Because remember, last time you came empty-handed.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a story there. Well, it was because.
By the way, I'm just joking. I'm kidding. It's all good. It's all good.
This is serious. So the last time our kitchen wasn't open, and I was like, I'm not going to bring them wings from another place when we have a cafe with incredible wings.
That's true.
So yeah, we didn't bring wings the first time. Now the second time,
yeah,
I believe it was my responsibility to make sure that we told the staff to make the wings in preparation for tonight, and I completely forgot again. However, Taskmaster Tim stepped in, took charge, and made sure that you got your wings.
Save. Well, I will say this, that Paul, you did have me over to the Croc Center.
Yes.
Maybe a month or so after the fact, and I sampled all the wings, and they're amazing.
Yes,
they're amazing. Yeah. And they're very affordable, by the way.
Yes, they are.
You know, if you're ever looking for wings and you happen to be over by the Croc Center and they're open for lunch, you ought to check it out. It's not just chicken wings; they have a lot of good stuff there.
Absolutely,
surprisingly, like you wouldn't expect it, right?
Yes.
But it's there. It's there. All right, so we're here to talk about two things. One, a little bit of a recap of the backpack event that you guys just did, because you know we're close to school time. In fact, I think some schools they're either starting this week or next week.
Yeah, I'm seeing the school buses already.
Yeah. You guys did this really cool thing where you hooked up like 1,300 kids.
Yeah,
right here in the Dayton area with backpacks and school supplies all ready to go. Tell us about that, because that was it this past weekend? This past Friday. Tell us about that, and then we'll talk about the big back to school bash that's going to be happening here on the 16th.
Yeah, so we've been doing school supplies and backpacks since we opened up back in 2010. But then we started this larger version of it and doing it out in a parking lot, kind of a drive-through event.
Yeah,
it actually came out of COVID. One of the good things that came out of COVID, when we couldn't have people inside and we still wanted to do it.
Right. Yeah.
We said, well, let's try it on a drive-through, and it worked out so well that we've stuck with it this entire time, and then we've increased the number of backpacks. and school
Yeah,
supplies that
I
we
would
give out.
imagine
Yeah.
that it's a lot easier to manage when people are just kind of driving in. You hook them up, and then they
Yeah.
drive off.
It's
Instead of
easier
having to
and-
park and come in and get in line and all that.
and their kids are in the car with them, and they don't
Yeah.
have to worry about getting them out, and it makes it easier for them too.
So what's in the backpacks? I mean, obviously some school supplies, but I mean, what are we talking?
Yeah, so
Just
we
curious.
we do a whole variety, not every single school supply that they need for each class, but we do kindergarten through 8th grade.
Yeah.
And we have approximately 10 to 12 different items in there.
Protractors? Are there protractors?
They've stopped asking for protractors. So
I remember protractors and compasses.
Yes,
Isn't that what AI is for now?
I think so. Yeah, you don't need that
so
anymore.
it's pretty much your standard, all your paper and your pens and pencils and highlighters and colored pencils and
That's
glue
cool.
sticks.
Oh,
All the young
glue
kids, glue
sticks.
sticks and scissors and
Well, they're
all that.
tasty.
Yes, they are.
Are the kids still eating paste these days?
I'm sure they
I'm
are.
just
Why
curious.
wouldn't they be?
Why
They're
wouldn't they
still
be?
kids.
Yeah,
They're
they're so
still kids.
tasty and yummy. Yeah. You know what we ought to do next year is plan this. I'll plan this. We'll get a bunch of evening edge pencils.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
we can give them to you guys, and you can put them in the backpacks.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Absolutely.
plan.
Then they could chew on that for a while.
There, there you go. All right, so that was a great event, and you've been doing that for years now. The next big thing is going to be happening on the 16th, and this is the back to school bash. I mean, this is a great way to get kids excited about going back to school.
Yep.
I mean, I remember when summer break was winding down, and you saw those days start to chip away,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh man, you dreaded that. But it's nice to try to put a spin on this and get kids excited about going back, seeing their friends, doing some fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be happening on the 16th at the Kroc Center, August 16th. Starts at 11:30 a.m. and goes until 2.
Yes.
So what kind of activities are we going to be doing out there? Because I'll be broadcasting live.
Yeah, so we will have all of our inflatables, so bounce houses that they'll be up.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. We also will have our little spray pad open, so kids can go and kind of splash around.
Oh,
there.
Awesome!
So
I'll bring my suit.
That's pretty awesome. Yep. Yes.
Bit of a
Scare the
misnomer.
kids.
It's called Croc Pond, but there's no pond there.
There's
It's
no
just a
pond. It's just a
splash pad.
Croc
Yep.
spray.
Yeah,
Yes.
Croc
Yeah,
spray.
I got you. I got you.
And then we'll have a person who does balloon animals. One of our staff does this on the side, so he'll be doing balloon animals.
Oh, cool.
Making
Yeah.
there. A lot of balloon swords. That's what kids like.
Well, that's the easiest thing. And plus, you're right. Kids love to beat the daylights out of
Yes,
each other
they
with
do.
them, right?
Yes.
Oh,
As
that's
long as
fun.
they do it safely.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have hamburgers and chips there for food. And it's all free. And then we'll have
Right. Okay.
we have an ice cream trolley come
Yeah.
there, so we get free ice cream.
It's
Awesome.
Hershey's
Given
ice
out.
cream.
It's Hershey,
isn't it?
it's Hershey's ice cream. yep.
Hershey's ice cream.
So it's really good.
Different
So
flavors.
Nice. Nice.
one of our board members, his son, does this and donates it.
Oh,
for it as
very
well. So
cool.
it's pretty
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, those are, I mean, these are the big events that you guys do. I was out there for the 4th of July event
Yeah, that
the
was
day
a great
before.
time.
That was a great time. We had a DJ. We had photo booth, like the bounce
Yes.
houses and free food and everything.
Line dancing.
There was line dancing, and no,
Yes.
I did not try line dancing.
Neither did I.
No.
And you wouldn't catch me doing that.
No,
either.
no. And then, of course, we had the fireworks. So, I mean, you guys do so many great things throughout the year for the community. And I know that we're going to be partnering on all kinds of stuff going into the fall. I know that there's a Halloween event. There's going to be a Christmas event, which I'm going to be a part of. And also, and the Salvation Army, you see their red kettles throughout the year. I am going to be one of those ringers.
Nice.
The kettle ringers, right? That's right. Out there.
Looking forward to that.
Well, and you say, Tim, earlier you said that this is going to be at area Kroger stores.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So we'll have to figure out which ones I'm going to go to. I'd like to do a couple of these. I don't want to just make it a one-off thing.
Well, now you have to go through a 3-day orientation of how to stand by a kettle and ring a bell and be nice to people. But once you go through that orientation, you're on.
I know that I can ring a bell.
All right. I'll
Being
just take
nice
your
to
word
people.
for it.
I don't know. No, but that'll be fun. And then we can just promote where I'm going to be, and all the edge heads can come out and
look forward to that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the other programs you have there at the Kroc Center. It's not just obviously for the kids and going back to school and all that. That's obviously a big part of it. But what are some of the other things you have there at the Kroc Center that people could benefit from? I know they've got athletics, but there's all kinds of things that people, all kinds of resources that people can take advantage of.
Well, one of the things that we try to do is we try to look for what we consider to be underserved populations within our community, or at least populations who would benefit from our programming the most, and certainly senior citizens. And so we have senior citizens programming that goes throughout the year. They get together, they get the fellowship together, it gets them out of the house, it gets them enjoying each other's company. We have a continuation for the kids. We have what we call SK2, but it's an after-school program where we have kids come and just, again, spend time together, work on homework, work on learning, having different activities. And we also include in that Christian education and so forth. We have our church programming, our regular Sunday services. I mean, there's just thing after thing after thing. So the things that we've been highlighting when we come here is we talk a lot about the specific events that occur seasonally throughout the year.
Yeah.
But there's stuff happening all the time for all kinds of people, all ages and so forth.
Well, when I was over there earlier this year, or whenever it was, I can't remember when it was we met, but we went on a tour, and you've got one building over there where I think, it's like a library, or it's like set up for people to do, like kids to do schoolwork, right?
Yes, the education building.
Yeah. Tell us about that, because that I would think that for many people that live in that area, the kids having a nice, quiet, safe space that they can go and work on their schoolwork without dealing with whatever they have to deal with at home or around their home, that would be super beneficial.
Well, this is definitely one of the things that we've been very conscientious regarding when people walk through the front doors of the Salvation Army Dayton Kroc Center. We want them to feel a certain feel when they come in, and that feel of peace, that feel of safety, that feel of acceptance and inclusion. And so, when you talk about the education center, they can go over there and find a fully furnished education center that is quite techy. We got some really kind of cool stuff over there, but what it really offers is that safe haven, that safe place with educators that we have tiers and so forth, to be able to help the kids to improve themselves academically.
Right. Got it.
And access to technology. So we have that.
Yeah,
because a lot of those families in those neighborhoods, that they don't have that kind of access that they need, for sure.
Well, the other cool thing about that, so we talked about the children that come in there, but the adults that come in there in that space who don't have access to technology, or maybe knowledge of how to use technology. So how to come in and pay bills online, or
find a job,
create a resume, do those various tasks that maybe we take for granted. But not everybody knows.
We'll be back here in 1 second. We'll wrap up with the Salvation Army, and I'm going to ask you where people can find out more about all of your programs. But we'll do that coming up here in a minute.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
All right. Well, good job.
Yeah.
You're an old pro at this.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Can we say one more thing about the back to school bash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because we have additional school supplies that we give out too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Hit that. We're not gonna have a ton of time, but we'll get it all in for sure. We will get it all in. Is the summer camp over with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just finished, about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Went very well.
Good.
Kids loved it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we finished on a Sunday at the end of it. We have like a family day.
Yeah. Friends and family. Yeah.
So the parents come parents and kids come, kind of a last celebration,
Right.
for after school or for the day camp program.
Yeah. That's awesome. Do they're all the camp goes on there at the Croc Center, doesn't it? Or like at the
Yeah, so it goes there. We do have each week they go on a field trip, so they go to a different location. For the
Oh,
field
that's
trip.
cool.
And then one of the days, or at least part of the day, they also do one of the places to go swimming.
Yeah.
How many kids are in the camp usually?
About 80.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are they split up by ages, I assume?
Yes.
Or- yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I remember going to a summer camp when I was a kid in Greene County, and we spent the last night we spent camping, but camping in the very rudimentary sense of you had a sleeping bag and you were
Yeah.
sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Not in a tent.
Oh, not even
Not
in
in a tent. We were out in the woods. We were on the ground. And I will never forget how miserable it was. I think that just turned me off to the whole idea of camping.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the other stuff was good. I mean, we did stuff at the rec center and went swimming yeah.
Yeah, my idea of camping has changed over the years. I used to do the tent thing and sleeping by the fire and under the stars
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And then my best friend bought a like a 35-foot fifth wheel camper
Yeah.
with a full kitchen and king size bed and
Yeah.
the whole bit. Camping will never be the same again.
No, yeah. I have friends who love that, sort of on the tent,
Yes.
on the ground, and I just
I did it for a lot of years, but
Yeah.
yeah.
that's not for us. And my dad, I mentioned, I mean, he was in the military, he was in the army, and I remember him saying the thing he hated the most about being in the army was when they would go on their maneuvers and they'd be
Yeah.
camping, they'd be in these little tents, and he absolutely hated that. He grew up in the city. I mean, he grew up not far from where the Croc Center is.
Okay.
And he went to Kaiser.
Okay.
When it was,
Wow.
back in the 50s, and hated it. So, when he was raising us, he was like, "We're not going camping." The old
That
joke is
not a family activity.
yeah, the old joke was our idea of roughing it was going to a motel, not a hotel.
There you go.
Or some place that didn't offer room service.
Or elevators.
Right.
You're lugging
Yeah.
your suitcases upstairs.
Yeah, we never did anything like that. He never learned to swim, so we never. I mean, we belonged to a swim club, but like we weren't going to the lake.
Yeah.
We weren't going canoeing. We weren't doing any of that. We were an inside family.
So what did you do for like family activities and vacations and stuff?
Well, we went to Disney a couple of
Okay.
times. We visited. I remember a really cool trip was we visited family in Pasadena.
Uh-huh.
So we hit Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, I've
and
been there.
a bunch of Hollywood stuff like Wax Museum and one year we went to Atlanta. They have, I don't know if it's still there, but they used to have something called the Underground City where it was just like this. I don't know. I don't even remember. I was probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. Actually, I almost drowned at the hotel. There's pictures of it. I've talked
Wow.
about it on the show before, but we were at the,
Wait, there's pictures of you like
nearly
almost drowning?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So somebody was standing there with a camera.
Yeah. It was either dad or grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was family standing there with the camera while
well,
you
what
nearly
happened?
drowned.
We were at the hotel with a swimming pool, and grandma and grandpa had gone with us, and my sister, who's 5 years younger, so she would have been 4 or 5 at the time, she floated out into the deep end of the pool. So mom, who had just gotten her hair done for the trip, didn't want to get in the water. So she's like, "Go get your sister." So I swim over because I could swim, and she's in a floaty, and I start trying to push her back. Well, I push her back, but then I get like a big mouthful of water.
Oh, yeah.
And I start
The
splashing
panic.
and all this. And that's when whoever took the picture, snap. So you see my sister with a big grin on her face coming back to the side of the pool. And I'm like, it's like, yeah, that I almost drowned. I remember that was a close. I mean, I wasn't like I sank to the bottom or anything, but I remember being scared.
That's real panic.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
The birthplace of aviation.
Watch for thunderstorms this evening. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. It is Wing It Wednesday. We've got Major Paul Cornell and Tim Erlandson from the Salvation Army, and we just have a couple of moments here. Tim, you wanted to talk one more key element about the backpack giveaway that you guys
so we
did.
do have some loose school supplies that we're giving out first come first serve basis at the back to school bash. And we also have some bags of school supplies per grade that weren't picked up last Friday, and they would give those out. Again, it's first come first serve.
Okay.
So come early.
So
go for it quickly.
next Saturday, the 16th, we'll be out there. I'll be broadcasting live. I think I'm there from 11 to something.
Sounds about right.
Something like that. Yeah. But and then how can people get more details on all the programs there at the Salvation Army?
Probably the best thing is just go to DaytonCroc.com, and that is our website, and that has everything on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been to the website. There's a lot of great information and good resources there for sure. All right. Well, Major Paul, thank you for being on the show again.
Thank
Tim,
you for having us.
thanks for being on. And thank you for the wings. I'm excited.
Enjoy them.
Yeah. When I had them last time, they were amazing over there at the Croc Center. All right, folks. Thanks for listening tonight. I am off the next 2 nights, so I will be back on Monday. Don't forget, you can get the podcast of the show at eveningedgetodd.com. And, of course, go back and watch the live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Have a terrific night and a terrific weekend, and I'll see you Monday here on the Evening Edge.
Yeah, should have been here sooner. Game over!
Sorry, guys, I gotta run, but there will be another show. When?
Actually, I'll be back tomorrow.
Same crap, different day.
At least he's consistent.
Good night, everybody!
All right, folks, have a great night, and I will see you on Monday.